Thank you very, very much for coming down this evening. We had to rejig this date a fair few times, so thank you very much for sticking with me on that. Before I do finish up, can we have a big round of applause for the musician and all the chaps working behind the scenes here? Thank you very much for having me back. Thank you. Well, I've been Luke Jackson. I will continue to be Luke Jackson afterwards as well. As always, I'll be lingering about at the back. There's a shifty looking suitcase full of CDs. My CDs, not bootleg copies of old records. If you feel like taking my music home with you, then please do grab one of those. I've got a card machine and everything. I'm like a walking, talking HMV at this point. There's also a mailing list as well, so you can keep up to date with what I'm doing next year. Feels mad to say this, but have a lovely Christmas. So this here is a song I wrote. I've mentioned it a bunch tonight. The village I grew up in, Chartham. Many, many years ago, long before I was born, Chartham was the grounds for an old Victorian psychiatric hospital, which of course has long since closed down, most of it knocked down and built upon, but up until fairly recently there was an old disused cemetery. In that cemetery was a woman buried there, and on her stone it read, "Here lays Eliza Holt." Now in her day, if you fell pregnant at an early age or out of wedlock, you'd often be incarcerated into a place like this where you and your child together would live out the rest of your days. And we think that's what happened to her. So years on, they decided that this old disused cemetery would make the prime spot for a cozy little cul-de-sac. And not only that, as I was away for a few weeks and I came back, and all of a sudden these houses have been popped up and there were people already living in these houses. So I was then and am now still today naturally convinced every house down that lovely little street is haunted. And I like the idea that Eliza Holt is singing the children their lullabies. And I thought, well, if that's not a good idea for a folk rock ballad, then I don't bloody know what is. Here she lay, Eliza Holt, frozen in a tomb. Generations dead before, till they run out of room. If they could offer up the truth, stories they could tell, how the chimes of freedom became the gates of hell. Late at night they took her there, she began to show. Farewell and kept her strong as baby began to grow. And on the day they tended her, mopped her fevered brow, then wrenched the infant from her arms, wrapped up in its gown. Here she lay, here she lay, here she lay, Eliza Holt, held down in the room. Screams ring down the corridors, they'll be over soon. When the Lord and it hits her veins, count her down from 10. The cure to her hysteria is a little medicine. As night fell in, they all clocked out, bolted to the doors. The 10 key took a liking, so chose not to fasten hers. Up that tower she did climb, for the warden did his round. She felt so free, lived through the air, dashed upon the ground. Here she lay, here she lay, here she lay. Life before her crossed. Here she lay, before she breathed her last. Here she lay, Here she lay, Eliza Holt, buried in a tomb, till the builders dug her up, her coffin they exhumed. What was once the cemetery, now the town whose plan to build them up a new estate and make use of this old land. Oh, the houses they sold fast and at a healthy price, but if they knew the history, maybe they'd think twice. They would know why the little darlings are so restless through the night. It's the searching soul of Eliza Holt sings their lullaby. Thank you very much. Good night.